Okay, this is the start of my book, my autobiography, From Poverty to Poverty. I hope you enjoy reading it. Thinking back on my early childhood, the most miserable overall time was when it was evening, dark outside, middle of winter, clothes damp and cold from the rain, no oil for the lamp, no candles either, which meant no light of any kind in the dump we lived in, no fire to warm me a wee bit, and no food. As a wee boy of 6 years of age, I was just sitting all alone in a dingy one-room flat. My hair was wet and water was still running down my face from the rain. I was shivering and my teeth were chattering. As I sat hoping that maybe someone would come and light the oil lamp, maybe that someone would have a few lumps of coal and there would finally be a nice warm fire started. If I got too hungry, I could always fill my belly with cold water and I didn't feel so bad anymore. Well, maybe for an hour. Campbelltown on the Kinnaird Peninsula, Argyllshire, west of Scotland, was a picturesque little town of about 4,000 people. That was all it had going for it, mind you, not much else. This was the time of the Great Depression and few people had jobs. There was very little work available except in the fishing industry. In this setting lived my grandmother, my mother, my brother and me. There never was a dad. There was a stepfather later, but that's a different part of the story. My mother's surname was Moore-Morrans, but Granny's name was Margaret Killen. I know that she was a mistress, but I was never told of a grandfather. Maybe he was another one of my family who was drowned at sea, like Uncle Charlie, who was mentioned from time to time, or maybe he was the type who went out one day long ago for a packet of cigarettes and kept on going. I assume Granny was married twice, first to a man named Morrans and then to a man named Killen, a worthy old Scottish name. It was impossible to talk to Mother or Granny about any of this, ever. Any inquiries later on in life were met with, "Never mind asking questions." When I got older, the situation didn't bother me anymore, as I told myself that I had nothing to do with it. I was just the end result. To this day, I'm not sure whether my brother was a full or a half-brother, or whether my mother lived common law with someone who eventually took off. In the end, it didn't matter very much one way or another to me, and I doubt such a complex issue ever crossed my brother's mind. All this meant was that there was no breadwinner in the family, nobody to go out and earn a living.